What if the British Empire reunites today? In all of human history, the British Empire was the largest. It was the largest empire in history at its height, and for more than a century, it dominated the world. By 1920, the British Empire controlled 35.5 million kilometers squared, which is 13.7 million square miles, or 24% of the planet's total surface area, and ruled over 412 million people, or 23% of the world's population at the time. Its constitutional, legal, linguistic, and cultural legacies are therefore well known. Since the sun was constantly shining over at least one of its lands, it was once referred to as the empire on which the sun never sets. Britain's empire moved its focus to Asia, Africa, and the Pacific after losing 13 of its most populous and substantial territories in North America in 1783. However, the sun did set finally. In 1980, Zimbabwe, the final British colony in Africa, attained independence. After nearly a century of British rule, Hong Kong was returned to China in 1997, marking the symbolic end of the empire. What do you think would happen if they all reunite again right now? Then take a look at this video to see what might happen if all these nations gathered together as an empire. Following his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles III is currently the ruler of 16 sovereign nations. She, Queen Elizabeth, oversaw 17 more countries during her lifetime. She would have been queen in 64 sovereign nations if the British Empire had been unified. A new empire in 2017 would have been 146 times bigger than the UK and housed 40 times as many people, 2.643 billion, or 37% of the world's population. Although it would be difficult to decide, London would be the most apparent choice because it is already the capital of the United Kingdom and served as the imperial capital since 1921. It appears that the United States would still be the most powerful nation, with the United Kingdom coming in second. It would probably rise to become a global power. Despite all of this, the empire would be extremely unstable, especially in regions of the Middle East, where there is a civil war now raging in Yemen and hundreds of terrorist organizations are vying for control of Iraq. The British Empire, which was never intended to exist, would likely be a strong juggernaut. It would have at least resolved the issues involving India and Pakistan, but the ordinary citizen would have been exceedingly poor, with an annual income of just £4,007, as would the vast majority. The largest military in the world now would have been that of the British Empire. It would still only have $597 billion, which is less than half of the US budget. 69% of the population would have been Asian, 19% would be African, 7% would be Arab, and 5% would be white. The British Empire would have had a great populace than both the Roman and Mongol empires, but a smaller economy, a poorer populace, and a military that was noticeably bigger than either. Karachi in Pakistan would have been the largest city in the British Empire and, with the exception of Lagos in Nigeria, the top 5 largest cities would all be found on the Indian subcontinent. In actuality, Asia or Africa would have been home to 9 out of the top 10 largest cities. Anyway, let's wrap this up. It's interesting to speculate as to how it will all play out, but this is our prediction. Even if you had an entirely different thought, it was still conceivable. It is difficult to imagine how the entire British Empire would function in the modern era. Perhaps it would imitate France, perhaps it would gain more colonies, we are really unsure. If you liked what you just watched, we hope you'll think about clicking here to subscribe to this channel so you can keep up with more videos like this in the future. Please share your ideas and opinions on what you think the entire empire would have been. Please remember to like this video if you found it to be helpful. We appreciate your interest and hope to see you again soon.